is Rebecca Rodriguez. Welcome to this summer's edition of the Monthly Feed. This edition is a bit different than others because this month's features come directly from the Bridge newspaper. Our first story focuses on the Pulse nightclub shooting that took place in Orlando, Florida earlier this summer. TAMU students and faculty had a lot to say about this tragedy, and some of them shared their thoughts with us.
Think about the fact that in Laredo, as like a majority of a community that is immigrants and are people that are minorities, like that we see ourselves as like we're minorities just like queer people are minorities. Like we're both seen as like less than first-class citizens. We both have that. And instead of like seeing each other as like so different, just see each other as both minorities and intersect on that instead of seeing so much separate about it. I think that's a good place to start because we really do have a lot more in common than like people think.
Could happen anywhere. So, I mean, we're a big Mexican community, but we do get, different kinds of races. There's still paranoia, every now and then. So there's still, a lot of chance for misunderstanding. That could affect any Muslims or, people of different backgrounds that come down here.
I think a lot of places like Laredo, they're conservative not just on like a religious level, but they're conservative also like on this on a political level, on a bunch of levels. So anything outside the norm is like bad, and anything that like steps a little bit over into the margins is like bad.
There's still a lot of people that are not really comfortable with gay people around them or living in the same world they are because they have different values or beliefs different from mine.
Whenever somebody does something that's not considered manly, you do have those derogatory slurs, I mean, we've seen people of different orientations, being picked on, especially, throughout high school and middle school, people not particularly being understanding, always attacking something that's different.
It's given me a chance to talk about queer politics and queer people of color in the classroom. It's given me a platform for that. And I teach photojournalism and storytelling. So the way that the media covers, the whole Pulse thing actually in general, I couldn't not talk about it because it's very much what my class is about, the way media sees you as opposed to the way you see yourself.
I did notice when they started reporting, they either tried to stay away from it was a gay nightclub angle, or they tried to stay away from it was a Muslim terrorist angle. They tried to stay in the middle, which I think was a good thing because there are different people and they do happen to have some animosity towards, either Muslims or homosexuals.
An impromptu parade organized by local social media star Priscilla Miguel Trevino, better known as La Gordiloca, also brought the community together. The parade is considered by many as the city's first ever Pride parade. Rudy attended the parade and shared his experience.
So she created this Facebook post to meet outside of Burlington and that we were going to show some support. Being a gay individual, it made me feel like I had to be there, like I had to do something about it. And that's why I went, and that's why I made posters, because that was my part in this like huge, memorable day that had occurred. Yes, it took a tragic event for other people in the world, to finally click in their minds. But it happened in Laredo, and it's just so weird because I really hope that next year it happens again. And then the year after that, again, and again, and again, and again. I mean, I'm really proud of Laredo for showing so much support, even though we're states apart, it's like it hits close to home.
On a lighter note, our second story is guaranteed to bring a smile to your face. Kenny Duncan is a local student, poet, and aspiring filmmaker. He's also a cancer survivor. This is his story.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me.
Kenny Duncan might look like your normal Laredoan, but the story behind this self-described cowboy is one of pain but also perseverance. Early in 2015, Duncan was returning to Laredo from the valley when he started to feel sick to his stomach. The nauseous feelings wouldn't go away, and he was soon vomiting several times a day. After a few days later, and just minutes after watching the film God's Not Dead, Duncan would be unable to breathe, and his family rushed him to the emergency room. What the young man didn't know, but his family did, was that cancer was the culprit for the pain Duncan was in.
I found out first through Doc Odinello, and then I told them, and what we were going to have to do was get you to San Antonio. And I called Anna and talked to Anna and told Anna, and your grandma Duncan.
Quickly, he was taken to San Antonio by ambulance to Methodist Hospital. Soon, he learned his true diagnosis: extrahepatic bile duct cancer. That hospital wasn't a foreign one to the Duncans. Years earlier, Kenny's grandmother on his mom's side was diagnosed by the same doctor as having pancreatic cancer. After a brief time, the decision to have surgery was made, and Duncan spent 8 hours on the operating table. The journey was just beginning, though. He had experienced searing pain, and the veins in his arms collapsed, requiring stents to be placed up to his neck. During this time, Duncan found out just how much support he had with him.
Process, I had so many people call and text, and I just want to know how you were. Women from church, teens, young adults, community members, people I hadn't talked to for years, had all found out somehow, and had said, "We're praying for you, and we're praying for your son, and we're praying that all is well, that everything, the surgery, and that everything comes out well."
While his scars were starting to heal, his mind was restless. Needing a way to fill his time, Duncan threw himself into community theater. Now a year into remission, Duncan knows just how fortunate he is to have a second chance at life that 12 others never got.
I was number 13. That's the amount of people had my kind of cancer. See, then I found my answer in the stars. See, God kept me here, and I don't know what his plans are, but I'll be all right. And K-Dog, he'll be back soon, but for now, I'm 13.
We have a lot of great things planned for this upcoming semester, so stay tuned. Thank you for watching the monthly feed, and have a great summer.